friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Neva, this is Reading with Neva, and we are back for another weekly coffee and book chat. If you are new to my channel, welcome. We love to have you. I know we have gotten quite a few new friends over the last month or so. So let me explain to you really quick what the coffee and book chat segment on my channel is. This is a guaranteed weekly video that you get on Tuesday mornings to theoretically watch while you drink your coffee, and we just talk about the books that I have read for the week, and then we go over some other currently things, reading, watching. So we basically go over all of the things: reading, watching, listening to, and playing, because I do play cozy games. I also sometimes will go over any crafts that I am currently working on as well. This is just kind of my version of a weekly wrap-up, so that I don't have to do a wrap-up at the end of each month. Now, the exception to this is that next week, so you will be watching this on Tuesday the 12th, I believe. So the week after this video goes up, you will be getting a July wrap-up where I actually sit down and I go through all the books that I read in July for Mid-Year Scramble and Sunrise on the readathon. Now, technically, if you watched all of the weekly vlogs for that, you will know the books that I read, but I asked and people voted for there to be a monthly wrap-up for July. Since we did not do any coffee and book chats, I did weekly vlogs instead. So that will be really the only month where we do that. I don't find a lot of joy in filming sit-down wrap-ups, but I'm making an exception for July. So I keep everything on my iPad in my digital reading journal, so I have all of the pages written down that I read for each day and the books that I read each day. And I will be very transparent and tell you that I read less pages this week than I did last week. I also only finished one book. So let's go over that and talk about it. I also have one DNF. So let's go over that and talk about it. So unless I'm filming something specific, which I was not last week, my pages goal is always 100 pages per day. So unless I'm filming some kind of a theme vlog where like my friends pick my pages that I read or a spinner reel picks, I strive for 100 pages per day. Now, this does not always happen for me. I will be really honest. I think it only happened once all week. So I do my best, but it doesn't always work out, especially right now because it's summer and the kids are home. So the first book that I read, I did read 26 pages of Scythe and Sparrow on Monday. So I ended up reading 26 pages. So I read pages 0 to 26. I actually started this on Monday the 4th. I am enjoying this book. I just have not picked it up again since I started it. I think because there were other books that I was reading for actual projects. This is on my Wheels of TBR, I believe, this month, so it does have to get read at some point, but I am kind of just taking my time. So far, though, even 26 pages in, I am enjoying this one more than I enjoyed Leather and Lark. On Tuesday the 5th, I read 19 pages of the Baby Dragon Cafe, which looks like this. Such a cutie book. So I am reading this one for my Connect 5 challenge. So if you don't know what that is, this is a yearly challenge that I'm doing over on my Patreon. I'm sorry, that kind of messed with the lighting. Let me see if I can turn this down a little bit and help with that. Okay, that might actually help. So this is the Baby Dragon Cafe. This is for, like I said, my Connect 5 challenge, which is a year-long challenge I am doing over on my Patreon for my top 3 tiers. They get a monthly vlog where they get to follow me do this daisy chain style reading challenge, and it's honestly been so fun. The first episode is already up. If you want to subscribe and go watch that, the link for Patreon is always down in my description box, but please do not feel obligated to do it. Every tier above the $2 tier, so the $4, $6, and $8 tiers all get that monthly vlog. And honestly, it's been fun for me to make, so I'm hoping that it's also been fun for everyone to watch, because yeah, I've had a really fun time making it. And then I ended up reading, also on Tuesday, I ended up reading 92 pages of Can't Help Faking in Love, and I actually ended up DNFing this. So this is an arc that I picked up for ARC August. It was a backlist arc that I had somehow missed at some point, and I wanted to love this book. I really did. Unfortunately, this one fell short for me because I was not convinced by the romance. So that was my reading for Tuesday, and I ended up hitting 111 pages on Tuesday, so that was my... pretty sure that was the only day. Sorry if my TV is making my face look weird. I'm pretty sure that was the only day I hit 100 pages. Then I ended up reading another 10 pages of Baby Dragon Cafe on Wednesday, so I read from pages 19 to 29. I really am enjoying this book. It's a little bit slower for me because I'm not picking it up every single day, but I did enjoy this one. And then I started another arc and ended up reading 43 pages of Follow Me by Elizabeth Rose Quinn. This is another backlist arc that I had. I ended up starting this on audiobook, but I don't have my audio. I don't tend to track audio pages for the week unless I'm only listening to an audiobook, and I've been jumping between the arc version of this and the audio. So there's that. The chapters in this are so long, especially considering that this is a thriller, but this gives me kind of the same feeling as like the first Finley Donovan book, so I am enjoying that one. So that was a total of 53 pages on Wednesday. On Thursday, I read 32 pages of, let me find her, Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. I really am enjoying this one as well. This is one that I would like to finish by the end of the summer, so like literally by the end of this month, I want to finish this. I do not want to be reading this in September, but the cover of this one is so, so cute. I absolutely love it. And this is a fake marriage, what is it called? Like forced proximity trope, and it is a rom-com. But I will warn that Megan Quinn's books tend to be on the spicy side. So if you're not a huge spicy reader, I would maybe skip that one. But like I said, I read 32 pages, so I read from page 41 to 73. And then on Friday, I ended up reading 49 pages of Colleen Hoover's Hopeless. I did listen to this one on audio, but again, because I have the physical book, I have been tracking just the pages. So this was 49 pages from page 39 to 88. So I'm about this far through. I don't know that I'm loving this one, but we're still trucking through it. I also have the second one to this on my shelf, so I would like to get this one done, to be honest. So that was 49 pages on Wednesday. On Saturday, I ended up finishing the one book that I did finish this week, which was We All Rot Eventually. I read this one, hold on, hopefully you can see it, there you go. I ended up reading this one all in one sitting. This is an extreme horror novella about a woman who is an aspiring actress in Los Angeles, who then just has a lust for murder. So thank you to Jan and Katie for giving me this book. So I will have my full unfiltered thoughts for you in my next KU cleanout vlog, but I really loved this book. I gave it 5 stars and I finished it in one sitting. It's only like 95 pages, so that's why I was able to. So on Saturday, I read 95 pages, and then on Sunday, Brittany and I started our buddy read of No Place Like Home by Geneva Monroe. This is the 3rd and final book in the Dark Oz series. I'm so glad that Brittany and I are finally getting to this book. So I did start this one and I read about 52 pages of it. These covers are actually so stunning. But this is a dark Wizard of Oz meets Wicked retelling, and I love this series. I love it. So 52 pages on Sunday. So that brings us to a total of 418 pages for the entire week. My highlight of the week was definitely No Place Like Home, but also We All Rot Eventually. They were both highlights for me, and We All Rot Eventually I finished. No Place Like Home I did not. And my low light was obviously Can't Help Faking in Love. Unfortunately, that one just really fell flat for me. And I'm a little bit sad about it because I wanted to love it. So that is all that I have as far as reading goes for this week. For next week, I will be, or rather the week that I'm filming this, the week that you're watching this, I've already started reading for the week. So we're still working on No Place Like Home. I also would love to get to When the Moon Hatched. I would like to make a big dent in that this week, and also to finish Baby Dragon Cafe, just because I am a little bit behind on my Connect 5 challenge, but we will get there in the end, and Patreon will have their video by the end of the month. So that is kind of where I am with what I'm wanting to read for next week. Of course, I would love to also finish like Follow Me, Till Summer Do Us Part, and Scythe and Sparrow. So the 6 books that I have on my list for this week are When the Moon Hatched, or for next, you know what I'm saying. When the Moon Hatched, Follow Me, Till Summer Do Us Part, Baby Dragon Cafe, No Place Like Home, and Scythe and Sparrow. So that's it for that. Let's talk about what we are crafting, because I don't think I've done a crafting check-in in a while. So currently I am working on this, which is Hulk Smash by Diamond Art Club. This is a diamond painting. It's a relatively large diamond painting. It is a 20-inch by 25-inch, or a 50 by 7 by 50.7 by 64 centimeter diamond painting. So he's a pretty big boy, and this, all of this like outlining is a lot of brown. There is in the rendering some purple in here, which I don't see like in the original painting, like the original picture. I don't see the purple, but there's some purple like down in this area in the actual painting. And then of course Hulk is all green. I haven't really gotten to very many pieces of Hulk yet. I think I start at like the bottom corner and move this way and go around the edges and then do the middle. So that's kind of how I've been working on it. And so I have gotten like some of this part of his hand done, his hand and arm. So there's been a little bit of green, and I think it's going to look awesome once it's actually done. As far as games go, I am still playing Wildflowers. I'm waiting to have a little bit of money so that I can purchase Tiny Bookshop, because that just released and I'm really excited for that one. It is about $20 on the App Store, or on the Switch store, and I've not heard anything bad about it. I wanted to buy Tales of the Shire. I talked about this last week, but that game is running, I think, like $40 to $60, and there's been a lot of bugs even with the like PC version, so I'm not really gung-ho to purchase it on Switch at this moment in time. So I'm waiting on that one until we get some patches for it. But Tiny Bookshop, I'm very excited for it. That just released last week for like during the indie, what is it called, like the Indie World thing, where they announce like all the indie games that are coming. We still have no update on Wild Society, which makes me a little bit sad, but I'm hoping that Wild Society will either come to the iPad or to the Switch at some point. I did check to see if Tiny Bookshop was on the iPad, and I did not see it. So I don't think we're getting Tiny Bookshop to the iPad like we have with like Unpacking, which I really like that game as well, but I own Unpacking on my iPad. I just find it easier to play Unpacking on my iPad, but I'm hoping to get Tiny Bookshop, and I guess I could explain what Tiny Bookshop is. So Tiny Bookshop is a game where it is a cozy game where you in fact run your own tiny bookshop. This game is really fun in my opinion. I've watched some demos of it, and I did play a PC demo, and I do think that it's going to be so fun to play on Switch. But you have a little traveling bookshop, like van. It's like a bookshop in a van, and you drive it around and you sell books out of it, and you buy real books based off of the clientele that are coming to your bookshop. So I'm really excited for that one. And then I did just play the demo for Princess Peach Showtime, I think it's called, and I would like to have this game as well, but that game is running about $60, so it's going to be a little while before I'm able to get that one. But this is just, you follow Princess Peach. Her and Toad go Princess Peach and Toad go to the theater to watch a show, and instead they end up being attacked, and they have to try and basically like revive the shows that are being shown in this theater. And so like on the demo, you play through one level where you are trying to save the king from these like little men, and then you have 2 bosses that you have to beat in that level, and then the other level that you get to play is a bakery level where you help to bake cakes and cookies. And honestly, the little piece of demo that I got to play, which I think was only about an hour of gameplay, was honestly so fun. I played it like 3 or 4 times just because it was really fun. So I can't wait to have the full video or the full game for that as well. As far as, let me see, so we've done that. I've just been watching some older nostalgic shows, so The Simpsons and The Wizards of Waverly Place. I also restarted Hannah Montana because they're all on Disney Plus, and I wanted something to watch. Otherwise, I've just been watching my usual things, rotating through my usual true crime and reading content over on YouTube. I don't have any other streaming services at the moment, so... Oh, and I guess Netflix. I've been using Netflix as well. I use my sister's. So I've been watching like Grey's Anatomy at night on my iPad or on my phone. But other than that, I don't have any other streaming services right now, so I've kind of had to just watch what I can watch. I will be getting HBO Max again very soon so that we can catch up on 90 Day Fiancé, because I know that's why y'all are here. Y'all are here to hear the tea about 90 Day. I did recently finish Queer Ultimatum, and I didn't really love this season as much as I liked the first season, honestly. I feel like the first seasons of a lot of these like dating style shows are just, they're better, and then they kind of fall apart. So that is really all that I have been reading. As far as listening to, I am still doing my re-listen of the Hustle Stanley podcast, which we love. I think that we are getting a season 2 of the Elizabeth podcast, which I have loved following that one. That is about a woman on TikTok. It will come across as like TikTok drama, but in reality, she is a huge scammer, and it's been very interesting to watch everything unfold, because I saw her original video of her like making cupcakes for herself for her birthday and crying in her kitchen, and the things that we have found out since then are actually diabolical. So that's that. We love to see it. And then I'm still listening to Dex and the City podcast. I absolutely love that podcast. That is with Savannah Dexter. Season 2 just finished, so I'm actually listening to the last episode of season 2 right now, and I'm waiting for season 3. So that is really, I think, all that I have for this episode of Coffee and Book Chat. I think that's all I have for y'all. Let me know what you are reading, watching, listening to, crafting, and or playing in the comments down below. If you don't really have anything to tell me, then go ahead and leave me a bow emoji. I think that's going to be like our signature emoji on this channel, to be honest, because who doesn't love a pink bow, right? So leave me a pink bow emoji down in the comments if you have made it this far into the video, watched to the end, all of that happy stuff. Make sure that you like and subscribe, because I see y'all coming back week after week after week and not subscribing. Like 25% of y'all are not subscribed, so I'm gonna need you to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time that I upload or go live on my channel, which I try to do at least once a week. And oh, a big announcement. Brooklyn and Sarah and I are going to be doing a read-along of the newest Rena Kent book, which is a hockey romance. The book, I cannot think of the name of it. Just give me 1 second, because I'm going to look it up, because this is actually going to bother me, because I wrote it down. Okay, I wrote it down before I came on here, and I was like, memorize this so that you know what it is. But Brooklyn is the one that set this up, so I take no credit for this at all. Brooklyn set it up. She sent me a message and she said, hey girl, do you want to read this book with me? And I said, abso-freaking-lutely, because I had been looking at this book and had wanted to read it. Here it is, I think. Nope, that's not it. It's this one, I think. Yeah, so it is Beautiful Venom, I believe, is the book that we are reading. I hope that's the book that we're reading. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure this is the right one. Because this is a hockey, it's like a hockey romance. Yeah. So it's a dark hockey romance, and it is called Beautiful Venom. We are going to be reading that. I do not own that book yet. I'm hoping to purchase it before we do the live, but if not, I will just be reading it on Kindle Unlimited because it is available there. I double checked. But the only other Reni Kendi that I've ever read was God of Malice. I gave it 3.5 stars. I just didn't feel like it was as dark as I wanted it to be. Could mean I'm broken, it's fine. But we will be doing that on the 22nd of August, so come hang out with us and we'll have sprints and we will read and we will have a fun time. But truly, that is now all that I have for y'all. So like I said, if you have nothing to tell me about what you did or read this week, go ahead and leave me a pink bow emoji down below, hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always notified when I go live or when a new video goes up on the channel. Check out my links down below to all of my social medias, Patreon, and wish lists if you are interested in helping monetarily. If not, that's okay too. Just share this video with a friend, and I will see y'all in the next one somewhere on the internet. Bye!